So hello guys, so I was making a video a little bit on the on how to create this. So this is a path, and if I select the light and I go here, you can see that it interacts. So it has looks like it has geo, yeah, because the light. So I made a custom normal for this one, but if I actually go here and then go into edit mode, you see that this is the geometry. So there are actually no more geo than this. So if I go like so, you can see like this is it. This is it. So how did I create this pattern on it that actually reacts with light? So this I did this with using a normal map, and I'm going to show you really quickly how you can achieve this, and also how can you achieve this rock pattern. Now, so let me hide all this and bringing the cube. Let's go like so. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to make sure that you have in preferences cell fracture turned on. So you can look for a cell. So it's with Blender, so you don't have to do anything. So cell fracture, turn that on, and then when you can then select an object, press F3, and then type cell. And when you do that, cell fracture will be there. If you select it, get this menu here. Now, this menu has a bunch of settings. I will link a video below that explains the settings here a little bit better, but for this one, I'm going to make it really easy for us. So like this, six faces, yeah, should be good. Now, you can see here, okay, it cut my block into 6 faces. Now the other block is still there, so let me just hide that one. And it's important that we try to keep this in the same position. So from here, I'm going to shift and select one of them, go into edit mode, and then I'm going to merge all points. Let me go into edges, all, and then merge. And you'll see that I merged a bunch of them because they actually splits them. From here, I'm also like to then go make a little bevel. I press C to clamp, but I don't go more than I can. This is a little bit too much. Let's just go like so. Okay, and then we have a nice, beveled blocks. These are very simple. I'm just going to hide them very quickly. So just H hide. If I bring the block back, do F3 again, and cell shade, and then I will go here and I press 1, and then give it, it's like 10. Make 10. Yeah, you see that you have more random blocks. The only issue is if I want to bevel them, it can be that there are very small segments that only let you make very small bevels, and for that then you have to go and manually check which one is actually preventing you from scaling it, beveling it more, and then fix that manually. So, but for the tutorial that would take too long, so I'm just not gonna do that. So just gonna delete this one. That's it. Okay, Control H, bring that one back, delete the cube. Okay. Now that we have this one, we can actually use this geometric information, the normal information of this. So if I go to Matcap on normals, we can use this to create a normal map for this cube. Now, so for that, we go to this cube. We have to make a new material for this cube. So new. I'm going to say it's the normal. And here, the only thing I have to do, so I open the 2 new windows. One is the shader editor, and the other one is the UV editor. And here I'm going to do Shift A, select image texture, and you don't have to plug it to anything, just leave it as it is. And then here you press new, normal underscore map. I would say 1K is kind of a good idea. If you go lower, depending on what you're making, yeah, then the resolution, because this is procedural, so you see it quite well. I can zoom in as much as I want, but in game it's going to be pixelated, and if you use less pixels, then the detail will be less. We don't need an alpha, so that's going to make it a little bit smaller. 32, yes please. And there we have it. So I have this one, and then here I'm going to select, no, sorry, here, and then normal map. Where is it? Normal map, there it is. So now that I have the normal map, I'm going to select, so I have the cube selected, yeah, and now it's quite easy, but the normal way to do it is select all of these first. So all of these, and then the last one is the active one, the one you want to bake everything to. Select, and now it will be orange. Then here you're gonna have to be in cycles, and then you go to the bake options down here, and you're going to toggle selection to active, and here you're going to say what you want, and we're going to do the normals. And make sure that you're on the extension, because we're not using a cage, and I can make a separate video on that. Just put 1, should be this more than sufficient. Okay, so we have all of them selected. We have the cube selected last as the active one. We have this, the image selected, and we have the image here just so that we can see it. Now, and we can press bake. It's going to take a little bit. Shouldn't be too hard because there's not a lot of faces. And boom, there we have it. So this is then our normal map for our cube. Now, if I now go here and hide all of these, so there's only our cube. So let me select cube. And here, let's go Shift A, input normal, and normal map node right here connected to the normal, and the color to the color. Yeah. And then from here, let's go into this one here. Yeah, you don't see it very well because of the lighting. So if I go to cycles, where did I put the lighting? There we are, lighting. So now we can see that. Let me go like this. You can see now that our cube looks like it has a geometry that we had from the other ones. Yeah, so it has nice bevels, and yeah, it's just a very simple cube. There's a little bit kind of thingy here, so that happens sometimes, depending on where they converge all the different ones. Yeah, so from this, I then used an array, and an array through on a path. And this then what I created. So I put this here, so I have a path that I created, and then this one here. So go to the modifier stack. So there's an array and the curve, and these will be nice lined up through them. Now to create a more elaborate one like this one, especially with also some normal maps on the side like this, I use the cage, and I'll do that in a different video, but this was an easy way to show you guys how to create some cool normals for some platforms. And you can do this as well for other models. So if you say like you have a tower and you have some bricks, you make the tower, then in very low geo, and then inside of that you create whatever you want, and then you can bake the normals from that into the low poly version. And then you get this, and then when you put it in game, it looks really well, because the lighting will be affecting the part and the normals, and it looked like actual geo with no costs whatsoever for performance. Okay, so this is the short video that I want to talk about. If you guys would like a more in-depth on how to create more normals and things like that, I'll also be making the one with uses a cage. But yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them in the Discord, or just leave it in the comments below. Okay, thank you very much, and see you on the next one.